Zurgo, going, gone.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Zurgo, Thunder's Decree, leading the Mardu into battle with mobilized tokens, which don't get sacrificed at the end of your turn. Zurgo is going to be attacking in and going wide, and so will the other creatures in our deck. Whether it's just doubling his trigger, getting similar triggers off cards like Crete or Adeline or even Enin Pikal, Zurgo is going to be building up an army, buffing that army using all of the various anthem effects like War Leader's Call and pinging our opponents with these impact tremors, kind of like this, or the new Shocking Sharpshooter, or Perforos. We have gods to support us in battle, whether it's making it so we are indestructible or just don't take damage when we swing, or maybe planeswalkers to give us flying and twice the tokens, or maybe 2 separate attack triggers so you get twice the tokens and twice the swing. There's so much you can do for Zurgo, and you're gonna notice that this is a very aggressive deck. We're low to the ground, we hit hard, we hit fast, and we make a ton of tokens. So let's take Zurgo into the queue and go for broke. Kythian, Hero of Akros, a 1-mana 2/1 that can flip over into a planeswalker. I have a nice start since I can exile him, and he can make himself indestructible. I have some fine little attackers here too, like the Ocelot Pride and Shock Brigade. This feels like it's going to be very aggro versus aggro. They're starting with Kythian, and since I have the mana up, I'm going to fire off the Swords to Plowshares. Blackwater Cliffs, a fine turn too, and I'm going to bring out Ocelotl. He's just a little guy. Please don't play anything with 2 toughness. I'd really like to start making some tokens. Meow meow. Okay, so these two both have first strike, and I think that the right move for them is to trade. Like, Thalia's good. She's not that good against me because I'm not really a spellsy deck. I'm a creature deck. But I'm going to make them trade because I need to make sure they don't have a board so I'm able to swing in with Zurgo. Skyclave Apparition, well, never mind. I don't have a Zurgo. He's going to get permanently exiled if I leave him under there, so I'm going to return him off to the command zone. Arena of Glory lets me get some haste. I'm going to go for a double spell here. Quarry Steel Cutter and the Shock Brigade. Casting 2 spells triggers the Quarry Steel Cutter, which gets me this 2/2 with haste, and I'll swing in. I've heard this card is doing a lot in Standard, by the way. Yeah, I'm a little worried about what I'm hearing about Mono Red in Standard. Oh, another first striker. Good at taking out my homies. I can go for haste. I think we're just gonna go for kind of double spell. My stuff is tapped. Haste doesn't do anything with you there. Decline. I can't attack him with the Shark Brigade. It's not worth it. Yeah, I don't think Thalia and the cat died. I think that Thalia, like, met this cat while outside walking, gave it a pat, and was like, never mind, I don't want violence anymore. I just want to pet this kitty. You make non-basic lands enter tapped, right? Rude! You can, like, attack it and blast her. Yeah, I'm into that. Don't attack him with everything? Yeah. Get all those mobilizes. Blast the Thalia. Blasting this is also good because it gets bigger and bigger and bigger the more creatures that enter. That would be pretty good with mobilize, honestly. I should consider putting that in this deck. Sky Knight Squire? Sounds like a good 2-drop. Sounds like a real good 2-drop when you're going wide with tokens. They want to kill Ishian. I will happily kill your Sky Knight Squire in exchange. Boop. And now my land comes in untapped so I can play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Next turn, haste on Arena of Glory so I can get Zurgo swinging in extra hard, extra fast, extra punchy. I wonder if they'll get a 4th land on this turn. Yep, Alright, they had missed one land drop before. But they're a very, like, tons of 1 and 2 drops kind of deck, because that's what works super well with this Kythian. I'm actually writing down Sky Knight Squire. Consider that one. I love inspiration from opponents. Noctimun shines again. Oh, it's gonna perma buff a bunch of their little critters. Ruby Collector. Do I want to keep it? Do I want to drop it? Decline. Keep it. I like that card. Arena of Glory. Gotta go fast. And yeah, some of my creatures are going to die. But I need to swing in. I really want to swing in. They could double block Zurgo. But I don't need Zurgo. I got other little buffins here. Guess I'll kill the Descendant of Storms. I don't think they're going to be running that much blink stuff, so that's just more power and can make tokens if it swings in. Okay. Ruby Collector! Oh, sweet! That was my second spell that turn. Yay, value! So these are going to get sacrificed because Zurgo's not in play. I think Zurgo did plenty. You got Westfold Rider. Oh, cool. They can either destroy Fable the Mirror Breaker or Quarry Steelcutter with that, but it's sorcery speed, so they might just let it stay back. Captain Eberhart has double strike and makes the card I draw cost more. Rude. So yeah, they just went so wide. They refilled their board, but Ruby Collector is going to be able to buff all of the creatures, including the mobilized tokens, twice. I have 4 mana, and at least 2 of it's red. Also, maybe a Mox. Would you like to start blasting? Would you like to start blasting, or do you want to maintain your blockers? Okay, so they're just like, nah, I'm gonna take that out. I'm dead anyway. They are, in fact, dead anyway. Ooh, more mana. I'll swing in with everyone. That actually gives me enough mana to activate 3 times. Thank you, Goblin Shaman. And we go... Okay, let's wait until all that's up. 1, a 2, a 3, a punch. That's definitely lethal damage. They only have 8, so 2 of those going through takes him out. They're blocking, though. They're like, yeah, you know what? Get some of my daily progress. Gotta kill some of my opponent's creatures. Let's get it done. And then they'll get it done. Good game, Kythian. Some mono white aggro versus Mardu aggro. GG. Ketramos, the New Dawn, is going to be exiling everything I know and love, and drawing cards while he does it. I have removal that doesn't work against our commander, a little bit of taxes, and only 2 of my 3 colors here. I don't think this is a keepable hand, even though it does have a turn 1 Esper Sentinel. So I'm going to throw it back, grab a fresh one, and I think this is a little better. I'm going to keep this. And I do have a turn 1 play, but it would require me to name human on this, which is actually something that's fine with me. These are not warriors, so that's all right. But they are humans, and I think that I will be able to get more mana in whatever colors I need for Zurgo. Even Ruby Collector can help me get that. Okay, bye, Bossry. Bye, little man. Bye-bye, little dude. Yep, there we go. I drew the Blackcleave Cliffs. Adeline! Ooh, another uncounterable human. Most of the deck is humans. Most warriors are humans. Most token producers are humans. So, just... naming this is totally fine to just bring my synergy a little bit more intact. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you holding up a mana tithe? Were you trying to tithe that Adeline? It's not going to work. I have a Cavern of Souls. Yeah, Ketramos is very frustrating to play against because he's so easily rewarded for stopping your opponents. And exiling removal tends to be the premium, the best removal anyway. I could go for this Chief. I'm going to go for Zurgo. Bring him out here. Look, I could even pay the 1. And swing in with 2 creatures. That's not enough to trigger the Ruby Collector. Here's Ketramos. They do have 1 mana up. Ooh, and so do I. Are you a human? You sure are. I am going to exile Ketramos. If I did it on their turn, they'd get to draw a card. Playing the Chief of the Edge. Swinging in with at least 3 creatures. I guess I could have done that post-combat so I could buff once with Ruby Collector. That probably would have been smart because of how many creatures I have. But this also buffed, like, 3 of my 4 attackers. 3 of my 5 attackers? 3 of my 5. They both worked. They're gonna inquire about Kozilek. He's not there. Sorry, it's actually Mondrak and Aurelia. Try saying good game, though, because, yes, we are presenting lethal Aggro-A-Go-Go. GG. Subsunen Luxa Embodied. She's a huge frog god. She doesn't actually have the creature type frog, but she's a frog god to me. And she's going to either be drawing cards or attacking, or quite honestly, doing both. If you can manipulate the +1/+1 counters on her using something like Bristly Bill or Innkeeper's Talent, you can make it so Sabsunen draws you 2 cards a turn and then swings in for a ton of pretty much unblockable damage. I'm just gonna try to go wide, though. If they have one gigantic, trampling, indestructible creature, maybe I can get around it by just getting out a ton of little guys. That's a little guy. That's a little guy. Hey! You're not a little guy. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, buddy? Being too big. Being too big. Frankenheinz, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Somebody's asking, did I change my mind for MagicCon Vegas? I didn't change my mind. What happened is I wasn't going to go to MagicCon Vegas because I couldn't budget for it. It's hard because, like, I'm going to go to Chicago, or I went for Chicago, and I'm going to go to Atlanta. But doing 3 different conventions where I have to fly out, get hotels, that's pretty tough in 1 year. But Covert Go Blue, hero that he is, pitched a live Commander show and pitched me as a guest, which means that my airfare and hotel would be covered so I can get out there. So thank you, Covert Go Blue, for helping me do. Okay, so giant blockers. Yeah. Can't kill them. I could swing in super wide. I'd be losing creatures. Probably not worth it. My choice is Murder Nissa, because I'm afraid of landfall. Yeah. Covert Go Bro. Let's go. Yeah, so I will be at MagicCon Vegas, and I will be playing live Commander, I believe, on Sunday morning. The schedule will get permanently locked in, I think, a little bit later on. But, yeah, if you're looking to find me there, I will be there. I assume I'll have, like, a signing or something for anybody who wants to hang out. All right. Sabsunen cannot block. Into it. Gonna play Urborg. Everything is swamps. Swinging with all of these. War Effort gets me another attacker, which is really great. And because I do have the City's Blessing, Ocelotl is going to make even more tokens for me. Thank you, Ocelot Pride. Remember, this is a 1-drop in paper. Why is this a 1-drop in paper, guys? Good lord, the tokens! Yeah, I just have to hope that they don't take, like, 10 extra turns or anything. They dropped that Doppelgang using the, Surveil from Hedge Maze. That's a shame. I love Doppelgang. Yeah, why is Ocelot Pride? Because Modern Horizons 3, indeed. Because Modern Horizons 3. I have a couple Modern Horizons cards in this deck because guess what? They're good. Too good. Kind of cracked, broken in half, not so good. Karn's Temporal Sundering, they're going to take an extra turn. I'm going to activate this because I have nothing better to do with my time and mana. She has trample, so blocking with the tokens doesn't do much. She's also indestructible. I will block with these if I need to prevent lethal. But I'm hoping that I can just turn around and smack the Sabsunen. Extra turns! A true menace. Oh yeah, if you play this with the new Elspeth, Yeah, because it's a token doubler. So if you token double with your token doubles, you get token quadruples. I see that wash away. 2 fetch lands. If they play a creature, they can draw a card. Oh, they're going to shuffle away with one of the fetch lands. That's pretty fetch. Yeah, right now Sapsunan can't attack. They'd have to put a counter on her somehow. Or take another extra turn. Yeah, that works. Extra turns. They sure are. Please don't put that back on top of your deck. They have a fetch land. They totally could. I really wish that they would take out recurable extra turn spells. So Evolution Witness will bring back a permanent spell. Thankfully, it can't hit the temporal manipulation, but it can still hit Nissa. It can grab this land, but not grabbing temporal manipulation. That said, they're a deck that clearly has a lands theme. Okay, well, that's Hoof. That just kills me. I was going to say, they could probably, like, find Mystic Sanctuary, put it back on top of their deck, and draw it. Instead, we died a Hoof. I got so close. I went so wide, but 3 turns in a row is more than I can take. I've got 10 blocking power. Hold up. I need revenge. Die. And a little extra. Die. I'm killing that elf. Yeah, elf, die. Be gone. Sometimes you get hoofed. Because your opponent takes 3 extra turns. 2 extra turns? Too many. Point is too many. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. She's a huge bear that mills you and brings back all your lands from your graveyard. I have 3 lands, sort of, in this hand. I have Inti, pretty sweet, Perforos for pings, and Reckless Stormseeker. What I think makes this a pretty nice hand is the Perforos. Because this bear is giant, I might not be able to attack through it, but maybe I can attack around it. Just making myself super wide, pinging them, doing indirect damage while they, mill themselves. I want to mill me too. I don't think I have anything I can do from the graveyard, but it will make me happy to mill myself. Elegant Parlor. A Chrome Mox. I would actually really like that. Oh, right, it gets milled. So it doesn't matter. Isolated Chapel, Inti. Inting with Inti. Yeah, I forgot. This is tapped, so it untaps. I always think it's like, oh yeah, I spent mana. No, it's just untapping. So they've already got 1 land in the graveyard. Lumra really likes this. Them getting this orb out early means that, like, they could potentially get, like, 20 lands in play when she comes out. Good for her. Good bear. We mill. We mill. I do have a double black spell in hand. I'm not going for the Inti buff. I'm just going for the haste on the Reckless Stormseeker. Swinging in for 5. Next turn, I'd love to get Zurgo out and give him haste. They have just 1 land in play, but it is Lotus Field. So it's tapping for 3. But that means less mill. They sacrifice lands for it. And now lands, including ones that they bring back, will be coming in untapped. We have Oodles of a Woodles. Mill. Yep, we get milled. Yep, we get milled. Yep, we get milled. 1 million mills. I am gonna do a discard here. Who knows? Maybe I'll hit a land. I'll drop Agadeem's Awakening. And put the buff on Zurgo. Zurgo's a go-go! And play Plains. These don't get sacrificed. Thank you, Zurgo. They're tapping their land to make sure they get maximum millitude. Unfortunately, I think Vigorous Farming kind of a nombo with Mesmeric Orb because the top land of their deck does tap for additional mana, but now it's in their graveyard. They will be getting it back, though, because of Lumra. Right now, though, they have to deal with my board. Green is not good at board wipes, and I have lethal next turn. They see it, they know it, We go for it. GG. Brawl, Crackling Wit. This commander is going to gain loyalty when they cast non-creature spells, and then can give every single instant and sorcery Storm. Yeah, it's pretty good. I could play the Giver of Runes on turn 1 into... Nope, I don't want that. I think I'm going to start with the Savai Triome so I can play Voice of Victory next turn. Because I need to have untapped mana for that, and these would be coming untapped next turn. Voice of Victory would be stopping some of their counter magic, and I think stopping counter magic is important. Now, because they have blue and red open, I'm actually going to lead with this Thoughtseize instead to say, hey, what you got in there? Alright, so Shock, wouldn't kill it, Fire Annihilation would, Slag Storm would, Thrill Possibility, Crash Through. I'm going to drop the Slag Storm. I think that that's probably the best of those cards against my deck. This will die to Shock, but it's going to die to Shock anyway, so we'll take it. This is a very, very red roll so far. Like, looking at that, a lot of the cantrips, that tells me, by the way, based on the number of cantrips I'm seeing, that they're 100% in on the Storm game plan. They want to go, they want to get as many loyalty, they want to make some otters, make them big, and then get this ult, kill me with like a lightning bolt. I could play Zurgo, I think he would die. I could play this too. It won't die right away. They will have to cast this on their turn unless they have like a counter spell or another piece of burn. Neat. Great. Sokenzan, put that away. I would like some non-lands. I feel like I have plenty of lands. At least I'll feel protected during my turn, right? Voice of Victory? No? Okay. They annihilate it, leaving up 1 blue. Hey, you got a Wash Away? Okay. I'm not playing this because there's nothing for me to deal damage to. Just like, hey, what's going on in there, huh? Elspeth. She doubles my tokens. She's also just really, really good. Like, really, really, really good. Make some tokens for me. You gonna kill Zurgo? You're gonna put him back in my hand? Sure. I'm happy that I was able to land a Planeswalker. Here comes Brawl. He starts at 4 loyalty, and with 2 mana up, and a ticking up to otters, they can get pretty big. Can this only hit creatures? Yeah, this can only hit creatures. So I'm going to make 2 soldiers. Bring out Zurgo. Try to solve the case of the Gateway Express. Oh, do you have a counterspell for just non-creatures? No, it was Dazzling Denial. They just had to wait until I tapped low enough. Okay, fine. The otter gets blasted. And, oh, Davriel Soul Broker. He's going to be getting terms and conditions, offers and conditions. And those offers are usually gain life when you draw cards and make your spells cost black less. That's what they are looking for. And those 2 things, combined with things like Peer into the Abyss and Shouldered and all the other things, are really nasty. R.I.P. this thing. Poor Giver of Runes. She gave so much, only to be taken down. See if I can make a dummy thick Luminarch Aspirant. This could just get cut down, Fatal Pushed, Tragic Slipped. Oh, they're actually clinging to dust. Okay. Make my Luminarch grow! Necropotence. Yuck! Yeah, there's another way to draw lots of cards. It's not technically drawing. It exiles and then puts into hand. There's a similar spell, Necro Dominance, I think, which does draw the cards, but limits your hand size more. I run that card in my Starscream deck, because it lets me pay tons of life and draw lots of cards. Bringing out Zurgo. Swinging in for 3. I think Necropotence is better than Necrodominance unless you specifically are building around draw triggers, which, like, they're not drawing cards. That's why I'm, like, calling this out, because literally they just played Children. I talked about how Davrio has the offer that draws you, or gains you life when you draw cards. They're not drawing cards. Yo, Gamer House, thank you for the 16-month resub. Thank you for using your Prime here. Your primo. I could go for Tajik, but instead I think I'm going to go for Alacia. I'm putting the counter onto Alacia. Because, yeah, you have a free block. But whoever you block, I'm just going to bring back. Thanks, Alacia. That's why I put the counter on her. Get those raid triggers. Put my man in the graveyard, and then bring him back. And look! These don't even get sacrificed, because Zurgo is back in play. Thanks, Alacia. See, the Mardu, they know what they're doing. All right, so now they get to draw some cards, and they lose 2 life. They don't actually lose 2 life. They gain 4 life. A Dread Fugue. I think that can only hit Shatter Skull Smashing, because they didn't cleave it. Now they've seen my horrible monster that is Tajik. Now they're going to get rid of him. But, like, Alacia can bring it back. It wouldn't get me the pre-combat triggers. Let's go for... I want a black Surveil. I want another black source. Fable? That's a good card to play. Doesn't get me more damage right away, but it's still quite good. Counter goes onto Alacia because she gets another counter when she attacks in. That brings her to 5, meaning that Shoulder does not have a good block against her. We go exceptionally wide. Rip Shelly. They go to 1. I wonder if I had lethal putting the counter on something else. Probably. But, like, I'm not here to do math. I'm here to do horrible aggro things. Math, it's for blockers. Me, blocker, no. They can't even destroy all my creatures. They destroy, the ones that are destructible. But then Tajik is just like, hey, man, what's up? Indestructible. GT. Ketramos, the New Dawn, once again here to exile my stuff. I have a turn 1 that I really like, and then everything else is 3. But, like, that's Anna Pakal, and she kicks ass. I love her. She's probably one of the strongest cards in the deck. Like, her and Tajik are just... they're absurd. They're so good. Oh my gosh, and look at that. We curve into actually one of the best cards for Anna Pakal, because it's going to be getting me more power. First for taxes on this Esper Sentinel, and then on Anna Pakal to spit out more tokens. We also have Gornog, Secret Minotaur synergy. Yeah, I will pay for every single one of these. Absolutely. Because Flammo, she does not need to attack to get her trigger, so we swing in and get 2 extra gnomes. They could wipe the board here. They're on 4. They do, but at least I get to draw. Rip. And now they'll probably start exiling those bad boys from the grave. I'm gonna get myself a little bit more mana here. I don't think I need too fancy mana, but I am willing to pay some life just to maximize my, like, fixing. I'm gonna go Guide of Souls into Gornog. Cowards can't block warriors. So even when Ketramos becomes a regular old dude, he's a coward. He's not a god. He's nothing! Okay, well, he's gonna stay a coward. That is, like, a permanent effect. But he will be able to block again. Aw, dang it. You're not a warrior. You're a samurai. I love Gornog. It's one of those, like, yeah, I guess if you're making warrior tokens, it's pretty fun. We should put some antlers on him. They're gonna journey my haste-enabling Reckless Stormseeker here. That's going to draw them a card, lose them a life. Kaya Spirit's Justice. I don't remember which one this is.
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say.
Lets you exile for exile, make spirits, surveil, and oh, and transform things into exiled cards. Okay, yes. The Chrome Mox can get me to 5 mana. I think that would be kind of nice. Probably dropping Chief of the Edge. I'll play the Zurgo. I do not have haste here, but I can buff up Guide of Souls and either hit their face or hit this Kaya. I'm gonna hit their face. Face is the place. Kaya, also just a straight up exiler. The other Kaya is like a 1-for-1. This one is more of a fun for fun. They go down to 4. They're almost able to attack with Ketramos. They're almost at 7 cards in exile. They have 3 mana if they're willing to sacrifice something. And they're pathing Goro, who would normally be getting us some haste. I'll get a mountain. That's 6 in exile. Okay, Kargan War Leader. Make my warriors grow. And let's get a couple extra attackers in the mix. This also gave ward, which is kind of nice. I'm swinging in with the 2 from Sokenzan with Zurgo and Zurgo's buddies, the warrior tokens. They only have 2 blockers. And we take out the Ketramos. Since they just couldn't block yet. I mean, it still held true. Cowards can't block warriors. Chulane, Teller of Tales. Chulane is going to be drawing cards, putting lands into play whenever they cast a creature. Chulane is oftentimes accompanied by many, many, many mana dorks. And then some other good stuff. There are infinites you can do with Chulane, and also he just gets you some really sweet Bant value. A Temple Garden into Guide of Souls. Hey, you're in my deck too. I want to obliterate it. Yeah. Like, it's not the scariest thing, but Guide of Souls, it's gonna make number go up, and I need number to go down, because I'm an aggro deck. Oh, sweet. Inspiring Vantage. I will swing in first, and I'll play Zurgo. They could counter it. That is blue mana. Blue mana is real, and it can hurt you. Okay, it's not hurting me yet. Zurgo will be making tokens. If I play the Welcoming Vampire, I can draw off one of those tokens entering. A Stinkubation Druid. Ooh, does it get a counter? No. Try again. Does it get a counter? It does. It now taps for 3 mana. It's pretty sweet. I'm trying to decide here between War Leader's Call and Welcoming Vampire. Go Welcoming Vampire. I'll just attack in with Zurgo since Ruby Collector would die, and I really do want to get like the Mox and the buff. I drew a land. Not bad. Probably use the Emeria's Call as a land. Tapping for 3 white. Is it Chulane time? We're like, too lame. Got him. Please don't ruin my whole day. I'm sorry, I know my puns are bad. I know my puns are bad. Ooh, excuse. They're looking at my creatures. With 3 white, if they had tapped for like 3 blue, I'd be thinking this is like a mass manipulation. Maybe it's a big copy spell? Like a... I don't know what's going on here. Oh, they're thinking so hard that it timed them out. They got no more timeouts left. You better make up your mind. You got like a minute left to do it, Tulane. Okay, so they are stealing. They were trying to decide who to steal. They went for Welcoming Vampire. That's going to trigger off their commander, draw them cards, and pretty much every other creature that, like, I'm used to seeing in a Tulane deck outside of some finishers, like Crater Hoof and the like. Hi, Seraph. It actually won't trigger off that. Hexproof is important, though. I will play a Mox Amber. Play a Chapel. And I think double or nothing. 2 combat steps for my sweet army. Yes, it is a flying enchantment. One of the coolest ways to take extra combats is with Aurelia. She's also just a card I really, really love because she go hard. She make damage number go up. You bring me great joy. She also, I guess, wins us the game. GG. Rocco, Cabaretti, Caterer. I sort of have 2 lands in his hand, but it's not really what I'd like. I can Surveil on turn 1, hope to get somewhere with this Pride, and then take off from there. You know what? I'm going to keep it because of the Ocelot Pride. It's so good. And this is Rocco who tutors. There are food chain combos, just not in Arena with this. So you kind of have a toolbox commander in the command zone. They're going to be, I don't know, cooking up a feast there. I'm not going to bluff having a, I don't know, Mana Tithe or anything like that, Lightning Bolt, because I would rather just get my Surveil and be done with it. Where is the black-white Surveil land? There it is. Cavern of Souls. I'll take it. I just need a land. Paradise Druid. Oh, they're ramping. I'll shock in for my kitty cat. Meow meow. Ornithopter, more ramp. What do you think they'll be tutoring for? I was gonna say removal, but they already got removal. My commander can get taken out by, like, Skyclave Apparition. I don't remember the name. Yeah, that thing. Skyclave Apparition. Could be that. Cavern of Souls. I think I'll wait on that, because I don't know what I'd want to hit yet. I'm gonna play General Crete. Lotus Cobra for some landfall. More ramp. So far it's been ramp, ramp, ramp. Ooh, what are you going to do with that mana? They have 2 over here and 2 over here. Oracle Moldiah so they can play additional lands, but there isn't one on top of their deck. Warrior. I'm just going to get rid of the Oracle since we know there isn't a land there. Technically, I could wait until I attack in. I'm not gonna bother. They're tapped out. Go Crete and Goblin Friend. They'll have enough to do X equals 2 on Rocco, if that's what they want to do. Is your deck like all mana dorks? I don't know, I'm kind of getting that vibe. Goldspan, it does make mana, and does even more. Nice. Ooh, Gornog lets me call things cowards. How about we go Ruby Collector, Gornog, and I'll call the Goldspan Dragon a coward. Gotta make sure we get a nice little buff here too, since Gornog makes all of your attacking warriors get more power based on the number of cowards your opponents control. And they control 1 1 coward. Soon more. Gornog is so aggressive. This card as commander is one of the like fastest ways to end games, especially because they just printed more like 1 and 2 drop warriors that are pretty good. So you have tons of mana, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. Rocco's going for 6. What do you find? At 7? It would have been like Elspeth, and I would have lost everything but Gornog and Zurgo. It would have been sad and bad and rough. But at 6, Sun Titan can bring something back. I'm trying to think if there's anything that like deals damage in their colors to everything. Sorry, Elish Norn? Yeah, Elish Norn is the 7 drop I think they would have gotten. Did I say Elspeth? Okay, Kogla can kill Gornog to allow for blocking again. I have 5 mana though, so I can just attack in the air with Elspeth. So we're gonna bring out Elspeth. I think I also had lethal off pumping with Ruby Collector. But this card's nuts. We go in, we even get additional tokens. These ones are not flying, but who cares? Don't need them. You guessing their usual plan is ramp, 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 Rocco Hoof? Could be. Certainly could be. GG, Rocco. Amalia and Lurrus. Whenever they gain life, Amalia will explore, and Lurrus will let them replay cheap permanents from their graveyard every turn. Thankfully, I do have some exiling removal to help get around that. I have some life gain of my own. I can go super wide. This seems like a pretty nice hand. I have to be worried about them playing like a Soul Sisters effect, like Guide of Souls. That's the sort of thing that really enables Amalia to go super hard. She gets huge really fast, gets some lots of lands into hand. So turn 1, Thran Portal. Like, I get it, you're a life gain deck, so you can afford to pay 1 life, but you can do better, and I know you can do better. Speaking of which, be gone. This wouldn't be generating white mana right away. I'll pay a little life. Mm-hmm. Yes. They're paying a lot of life for their lands. Agadim the Undercrypt, is it Amalia time? Look, I helped you. I gained you a life. You love gain life. A vengeful Blood Witch. I'll play Urborg and Guide of Souls. As their creatures die, they will make me lose life. I like Vengeful Blood Witch. Fun fact, it's a warlock, which means it's an outlaw, and it commits a crime. I'm just saying that because I think it's a cool card to put into, like, a Jisa deck. If you're going, like, Jisa Warlocks and other fun things. Oh, Minas Tirith, potential card draw. Or just white mana. It's black or white mana because I played Urborg. Yeah, I play this only in decks where I want to pay life. But maybe that's just, like, I don't know, my vibe? Trying to decide what I want to bring out here. Let's go Zurgo. Gain the life. Don't attack. And we also get Swordsted. R.I.P. Zurgo. Lunarch Veteran can gain them life if they play another creature. Like this! The Party Hawk! Caca! I miss Party Hawk. Dang, what a sweet 1-drop that is now not even the best version of a 1/1 flyer with lifelink. They made a bat that's better. Which is just batty. Like, how can you do this? How can you make it better? I'm going to attack in here to try to get a trade. They didn't fall for it. Alicia, come on out here. If they can get a counter on Amalia, then they have a good attack. Otherwise, I don't know, I got blockers. Vampire the Diamoon. At least they didn't have to pay life for it, because I turned it into an Urborg swamp. Look, I'm helping you. Or wait, actually, no, it doesn't matter. All mana abilities of Threat and Portal cost an additional life. Even though I gave it just like, I'm a swamp from Urborg, it doesn't matter. It still hurts them. Arterial Flow. Oh, okay, cool. Discard and also life gain. That makes sense. Threat Portal is, yeah, it's not great. Let's gain some life. Gain some more life. I'm going to be swinging in with Alacia in the air. I could also accelerate Tajik by putting counters on him. So maybe I want to do Alacia on the ground, since their blocks are pretty bad. But they could actually be kind of good if they block with the first strike and then get the Blood Witch life gain. And you know what? Alacia in the air. Keep you back on the ground. Yes, please. Boop. I love giant flying Alacias. So they can kill the Boros Recruit. I'll bring it back with Alacia. Yeah, like in Rowan, it makes sense. In the Arena Shadowheart, it makes sense. Those two are like both, I'm dealing damage to myself. Look at me, I'm so cool. They're shuffling away Arterial Flow because discarding creatures, I just bring them back. Or what else they can get. Probably just playing, like, Fear of Missing Out. Maybe Zurgo next turn. I think Adeline Fear of Missing Out could be fun. Oh, we're getting batted. So I guess they'll get to decide what I'm able to play next turn. They get to exile a card from my hand. Meeny, meeny, miny. This. Adeline. Adeline makes me go wide, but, like, they have life linkers, so getting that 1/1 token isn't that great. Like, at least these have first strike. The next one I get has double strike. Those are a little better. Ooh, a Starscape Cleric. Good way to drain me as they gain life. I think that's a good card. I wonder if they'll go for the Minas Tirith draw. Just swing in with a couple things. Nope. Lurrus! They gain life. They already know what's on top of their deck, so Amalia grows. But they don't have a good swing with Amalia because of Tajik. Yeah, they know it. Healer's Hawk, partying on in. Gonna take me back down to my starting life total. Guide of Souls, thank you for gaining me life. I'm sure Guide of Souls is in their deck too. It's a really good card. Adeline? Fear of missing out on an empty board because it causes me to just draw a card. Does this say play in the mono red decks in standard? It feels like it's a really good card. Basri. Basri kit. He has kits. Oh, I can give something buffins. Oh my god, I can give you buffins. I think I just swing in with these two. Yeah, like, Adeline, they can block that with every single lifelinker they have. Sorry, my thing in the corner froze. I can tell because I was like, Baba Yetu is playing. It does not say it on the screen. Sometimes my, like, little Spotify overlay stops working, which is so frustrating because it's like, that's not the song that's playing, but I don't always know the name of the song that's playing. Alright, let's get that damage in. I guess I could have swung in with something to, like, intentionally sacrifice it to bring it back. Life gain happens. Life gain happens. They can bring that back. They can gain more life, drain more life. This could be a very big turn for them. Thankfully, the Swiftblade Vindicator is also able to block because it's got Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample. Shout out to keywords. Gotta love them. So as they gain life, I will lose life. And I think, did they go for Make the Baby? They did go for Make the Baby. So there's 2 of these out here. My life total's about to drop as their life total goes up. Amalia, by the way, can also blast this board, but indestructible creature means we're good. Zurgo, by the way, because he got removed right away, he's not doing anything here. But this deck is very much built to not need him. Yes, it's much better if he's the one that's leading the charge, if he's the attacker. We have some other synergy for his abilities. But like many decks in Brawl, you can't be 100% dependent on your commander unless you are always sure you'll have him. That's just how he is. I will play the land, play the Zurgo. That's going to be to get another trigger from Guide of Souls. And I'm kind of feeling like everyone should start getting in here. I'll make Adeline fly because she's the biggest and the bestest. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Get in here. I'm impatient. I want to go. Get a counter. Do a thing. Pay the 4. I could have also just, like, I don't know, put more buffs on Swiftblade Vindicator. That's so boring. I want Flying Adeline. Look at how big she is! Isn't it fun? I think it's fun. I can bring back a creature that dies because Alacia has... She actually has enough power to bring back, I think, every single card in my deck. I don't have, like, big creatures in my deck because everything's aggro. It's an aggro deck. We're playing 1-drops, we're playing 2-drops, we're playing 3-drops. There's probably other mana values, too. A couple 4s. Like 2 5s. One of them's a planeswalker. Yeah, Adeline started riding a Pegasus instead of a normal horse. The horse is actually like sprouted wings and became an angel, not her. Or maybe she has like thighs of steel and she's like gripping that horse like crazy with her wings and flying. Mm-hmm. That's some damage. Poor horse. Is a Pegasus a horse angel? According to the flavor text on one of the Ravnica cards, it's a horse bird. Even better, right? Okay, number go down, number go up. I'm impressed. They found a way to survive the attack. So I had a guaranteed lethal off just putting the buff on Swiftblade, I think, and swinging it in the air. But I'm not actually sure. And also I don't feel like doing math because math is for blockers. I'm just here to yap. So who died? Fear of Missing Out died. Okay. So it'll enter. I'll drop Windcrag Siege, or I could sacrifice this to get 2 cards in hand so I have more options. Okay, she's getting big, she's getting chunky, we've seen what they got. Awesome. I will, I guess, sacrifice this to draw a card. Whee! Ooh, Goro! We bring back the Fear of Missing Out. We discard, actually I have so many fun on attack turns. But I can make a dragon. I could give it haste. I can't attack with it on that turn. That's okay. I'll bring out the siege. Ah, this is worse. They can replay something from their graveyard. We've seen the cards they've drawn because of all of the explorers. Yeah, let me double check. I want to say it's Concordia Pegasus. Concordia Pegasus has flavor text where the Simic is like, how come when you guys put 2 animals together, it's chill, and when we do it, it's not? Yep, it was in Ravnica Allegiance. Here, I'll put this up on screen. I think I can do that while while we're recording here. I do this. Yeah! Concordia Pegasus. What makes a frog lizard any worse than a bird horse? Prejudice against the Simic. That's what. It's unfair. I so agree with you, Thanos Arquif. Like, what a great opinion to have. What a great one. Yeah, let's go Thanos Arquif. Chat, please stop calling him Arquif. Give him their own card. Yeah. What's going on? Oh, they're reanimating things. They gifted me a card, so they get more cards. They're gaining more life, which is causing me to lose more life. Uh-oh. Did I put myself in the danger zone by not taking a lethal swing? Actually, I don't know if it would have been a lethal swing, because no matter how I attacked, there was going to be a 1/1 lifelinker on the ground. I don't know. I ain't doing the math. We've been over this. I had bad coffee this morning, which to me means that everything that happens today is kind of just null and void. Like, today hardly happens. Ooh, everybody's swinging in. Things that die to first strikers are going to cause more stuff to happen, but I can prevent the life gain off that. Starscape Cleric, sure. Hit it with the FOMO, and I'll hit you too. So yeah, I want to make sure that either the Starscape Cleric or the Lurrus is dying in the first strike because of the Blood Witch. Let's go for hitting the Starscape Cleric. So I would lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that sounds right. Let's die. Die! Those die. Blood Witch gets ya. Yeah, these, like, Blood Artist effects are really great. Nice. In the end, I was the blocker. GG. Zimone and Dina going to be sacrificing things to draw cards and put lands into play. I will keep this hand. I don't think I'll be triggering the Corey Steelcutter, but it's still awesome. At least not with the cards I have right here. I'm going to hope that, like, I don't have to play this on 2, but having it just sit around isn't that bad. I have Anim Pakal on 3. This can also just be equipped and give things haste, which is neat. And I'd probably go for Roaming Throne, still naming Warrior. Oh, especially if they're gonna Thoughtseize me. Hello, Thoughtseize. So some Damone and Dina decks are... So what's a nice way for me to put it? They're Emergent Ultimatum decks. Or sorry, it's an Emergent Ultimatum, the Sultai one. There's the Sultai Ultimatum decks, and they're not really doing that much around Zimone and Dina. Other ones are like full-on sacrifice decks, and you kind of figure it out as you're playing against them. This is something sacrificeable. Also, sometimes they're just like landfall decks because it enables it. It's a cheap value card that you don't really have to do that much building around to get value, so they don't bother. Yeah, like, they have a Bloodghast, which makes me think they are going to be a sacrifice Zimone and Dina. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one they are, because I'm killing Zimone and Dina here. Because it gets me the Corey Steelcutter trigger. Which means more tokens and more fun. And they left. Okay. Bye. Eshki Dragon Claw. She's pretty scary because she gets bigger, draws you cards, has Vigilance, Trample, and Ward. I have a good hand here, though. Hi. And hopefully I can remove her abilities. I'm not forced to use this on something else. Eshki, you need to cast creatures and non-creature spells. And that can be easily done, whether it's casting free Moxen or similar ones to get her triggered on the turn she comes out, or maybe some ramping spells. I also think that some of the most popular and the best cards with Eshki are adventures, because they have both a non-creature and a creature side. There's also some that are like both non-creatures, but for the most part, it's going to be that. So Bloom Tender does tap for 3 mana once Eshki's out. But right now, like, I have to make sure I can actually play out cards. Goro Goro gives haste. Chief of the Edge gives a buff. I'm gonna go for the Chief. Yeah, that last opponent, if they didn't want me killing their commander, why didn't they make me drop the kill spell? Here's Eshki. Now they have 3 mana to work with. Will I be greatly punished for not bolting the bird? Probably. Let's find out. Is it just Steppy? It's unable to scream. They're gonna make my Chief of the Edge into a warrior toy. I have to pay the ward here. And she's still gonna be huge. But at least she won't get any bigger. And this still taps for tons of mana. I need to make it so she can't block. A warrior toy is called an action figure. Yo, check out my sweet action figure. Scribblet! Oh, hello, puppy. Hello, little Wonker. How are you? Are you small? She says, eh. The cat's on the floor. Hello, little baby. Would you like to come up? Yeah, I'm also running in my SQ deck like a lot of Snapcaster Mage type effects, since they are creatures that also lets you cast a non-creature. Oh, yes, come on up. Come on up, girl. Yes, good kitty. Sometimes you have to like raise the microphone for her to feel like she has enough room to jump up onto the desk. It's so cute. She's been coming into the stream office more and more because she's gotten treats for coming up on the desk, because I've been encouraging her to come up here because it's just so cute. Yeah, that is 14 damage. Yeah, hi. Hi, girl. Boop. More tokens. Steps, would you like a treat? I want to show off to everybody how cute and well-behaved you are. Up. Good girl. Puppy kitten. Good girl. 2 treats is enough. She's like, more treats, please. Please. Pretty, please. Aw, she's booping me. And rubbing her face on the microphone. Scaps, you want to get some per ASMR for the people? There's my good little snuffer. You guys hear that? I hope so, because it's really cute. It's really cute the way she is. Elusive Otter is going to be hard for me to block. I'm going to need to make big creatures to take it out. So let's see if I can get to lethal here. I'm trying to see if... I don't have enough off Caretaker's Town. Like, I just don't have enough mana. Gornog is going to buff my warriors. Okay. And make it so something can't block. I will either want to kill or go Buffins. I think Buffins is the answer. Everybody in. I want to get this in first. You are a coward. So yeah, that should be lethal. Sorry I wasn't paying that much attention during this game. There was a cat and she was cute. Yes, right. Yes, a good girl. Scraps, you're the winner. Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. Going to make us discard, can flip over into a Planeswalker, reanimate, deal damage, draw lots of cards. I have a turn 2 warrior buffer here, the Chief of the Edge. I've got Adeline, Welcoming Vampire, and Perforos for the pings. And also a cat, whose butt is in my face and who is triggering my allergies. That's right, Scraps. You're the best. And I love you so much. She's gonna bite me. She's gonna bite me because I'm brushing her. It's shed season right now. When isn't it shedding season for a cat this fluffy? They push my Chief of the Edge. That's too bad. Well, I want some haste, so I'm gonna grab the Boros Shockland off. Ah, don't bite me. You're the Shockland girl. You get my Reckless Stormseeker. Attacking in for 3. Yeah, you already got treats, you nasty little meow meow. She's overstimulated. Oh my god, it's nighttime? Like, that's a counter spell, right? See if I can throw Adeline into it. Okay. It was actual factual counter spell. I was considering also like Windcrag Siege. I think that's the worst card in my hand, but in case it wasn't a counter spell, I don't know, I want it here. Mind Stone. Cold Steel Heart, they're ramping. Also, I don't know if this is going to just be a Grixis control deck, but I'm pretty sure it is. Zurgo. Gonna go. Give him the buff. Swing in. Deal a bunch of damage. My warriors stick around. And everybody dies. Now, they could also be Grixis dragons. I've seen that once. Once or twice, actually. I'm going to keep spending life here to maximize my fixing. And I'm going to go for Welcoming Vampire and Ruby Collector. This draws me a card. Perforos is going to get me the most indirect damage. And I'm probably going to be dropping one of these enchantments when Bolas comes out, if Bolas comes out. Hello, yes. This is damage. Mm-hmm. Are you checking out my cool dudes? Ashiok! Ashiok can bounce something, can make a blocker. It looks like they're going for a blocker here. I would like to... Ooh. More effort, more damage. Alacia, recursion. Let's draw off the Welcoming Vampire. Give him a nice, good welcome. And I want to attack, I think, face. And I'll use this to buff. We now get to reanimate. And since I buffed her, I can choose between any of these. I'm going to go with Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, normally it would only be a 2-drop, but since I used the Ruby Collector, just bring back anything from the graveyard. And we win! Just taking out control decks left and right. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Zurgo did great for me. It was very aggressive, very fun, and I feel like it was getting good matchups where I was just able to swing in underneath my opponent's game plan. The greedier the deck, the higher a chance we have of taking them out before they can do something else. In fact, this deck had a 77% win rate while I was recording. I went 10-3, which is pretty darn good. That means that, like, we're doing very well with the deck, and we're winning a lot of games. That makes me happy to see. Also, Zurgo is, like, you don't have to build around him. He's just good. But I found that building around him at this level, where I'm putting in, like, Warrior Synergy, Chief of the Edge, and Kargan War Leader, it's enough to make it feel like, yeah, it's not the same deck as like Sagan or Ishin. It's its own deck, and it's good, and it's got synergy. I think that the Mobilize cards in general are not ones you want to be running unless they are the 1 and 2 drops. Voice of Victory, Shock Brigade, Stadium Headliner, those are good with Zurgo, but I don't really think that you need to put in the various 4-drop ones that are kind of similar, since you can do the same thing with other legends from other things. Also, because this deck is running some really good token synergy, Ocelot, Pride, Elspeth, and Mondrak, you can really go wide super fast and do it on curve too. I'd say that this deck is kind of similar to Ann Pakal, where it's just you're making your opponent deal with the fact that you are going super duper wide, and they are going to die really fast if they don't take things out. Somebody's asking, is Delny in the deck? No, it's because I'm running a good number of anthems that disable it, though the extra evasion is good, and you could absolutely put Delny in the deck. It's just a matter of you can only run so many 3s, and you gotta pick which ones you want. You could easily take out Kargan War Leader or Windcrag Siege and add Delny in. Why not? I personally added Roaming Throne, because I have some other warriors and they make me happy. But yeah, Delny works too. You could even add in Arabella and similar cards if you want to stay with a lower power theme, because you get more triggers and you have more fun. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander from Dragonstorm for me to try out, or a deck to update with Dragonstorm cards, yeah, let me know. I know there's somebody who keeps requesting Sir Gwyn. Sorry, Sir Gwyn has not gotten that much new stuff. I know we have some new equipment, but sadly, she still costs 6 mana. And that is her biggest weakness, is that she costs 6 mana. Gosh, I wish she didn't, but she sure as heck does. Maybe one day they will change her in Arena to only cost 5. And then I'm building her again. She's been built before. Maybe I'll build her again. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.